Well, good evening and welcome to today's broadcast of IHSLA Lacrosse, brought to you by Hamilton County TV and presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 29 years in the business. We're at Beaver Materials Field, where the Zionsville Eagles have traveled to play the host Noblesville Millers. We have a sunny 61 degrees evening here with a light breeze. The flag is waving nicely at the south end of the field, and the players have already taken the field, waiting for the referee to bring the ball, place it, and conduct the first faceoff. The Noblesville Millers in white home jerseys this evening with black helmets. The Zionsville Eagles in black jerseys with green numbers and white helmets as the referee has placed the ball, and we're ready to go live action here at Beaver Materials Field. And we are underway with 10-minute stop clock quarters. Ball is loose at the midfield line, picked up by Zionsville as they advance into their attack box. Quick pass, a shot, and a score right out of the gate by Zionsville. That was number 21 for Zionsville, Kenneth Aitken. As Noblesville looks to regroup and prepare for the next face-off, we are Zionsville 1, Noblesville 0. This face-off is controlled by Noblesville as they now advance into their attack box, controlled by Jack Snyder. As Noblesville goes to work offensively, Drew Deal moving the ball from X to the top side. A little bit of a loose ball on the far sideline over there. That is picked up by Noblesville. And they'll continue their offensive play here with 9:35 remaining in the first quarter. There's a shot by Jack Snyder saved, and another shot by Jack Snyder is going to go wide. Looks like that'll be retained by the Millers. Ball pass from Christian Harris back over to Drew Deal at X, and then across the box again over to Gavin Brown, who looks for an option, dodging through the middle. Ball becomes loose, picked up by Zionsville. Good ride by the Millers as Zionsville has managed to clear the ball into their offensive end of the field and get into a settled situation there. A little pass topside, could be in trouble here. Okay, didn't make it up to the midline, so that's good for Zionsville. They'll be able to continue their offensive run here. Zionsville's curling around from the X position, looking at a shot towards the goal. Didn't see it. Keeping the ball topside. Shot by number 12. That's deflected and goes out of bounds. Retained by Zionsville. He'll be brought in by number 7 from Zionsville. That's Jake Jackson. Moving the ball in, looking for some options here. And a ground ball pickup for Noblesville. That's Jack Snyder. He's clearing the ball upfield into Noblesville's attack box. Looks like he's got that touch, and now Noblesville's going to work offensively as he passes over to Christian Harris. Back over to Mason Kramer. A couple substitutions on the Noblesville side. A nice look back to topside from Drew Deal to number 21 for Noblesville, Ben McDaniel, but that didn't work. The goalie made a nice stop there. As the Zionsville goalie is bringing the ball up, looking for some options to clear downfield. That's Griffin Howell, the goalie for Zionsville, with that clear upfield as Zionsville is now moving the ball around offensively. A little defensive pressure from the Noblesville Millers as Zionsville looks to find some opportunities here. Still in the first quarter, 5:46 remaining. Just about halfway through the first quarter. And we've got a timeout on the field here. Well, both teams will have an opportunity to talk it over and perhaps make some adjustments. During this time, we'd also like to thank our other great sponsors who help HCTV bring these broadcasts to you. Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Van Osdale and Farrer, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Jamie Carmesino with Carpenter Realty. Visit HamiltonCounty.com, Schwartz's Bait and Tackle, Hamilton County Reporter, Yancey's Tuxedo Rentals, Wofford Theater Outdoor Movies. Again, you're watching HCTV Sports presented by Logan Street Banners in Noblesville. So we have 5:40 remaining in the first quarter. We have one score on the board from the Zionsville Eagles, none yet from the Millers, as both teams are in their huddles right now, their respective timeout huddles, strategizing what kind of changes and what kind of plays they're going to go with as we go back to live action. It looks like the Zionsville Eagles are leaving their huddle and beginning to take the field once again. And this ball is going to be brought back into play side left to the keeper by the Zionsville Eagles. And there's the whistle. We're now back live action again. We got a crease violation. That'll be a turnover. And Noblesville will go to work here, looking to clear the ball upfield, starting with Ben McDaniel on the clear. Ben's across the midline and is into the tack box. We've got a flag down on the field. This will let the play continue. Looks like Noblesville's going to try and continue this possession just as long as they possibly can. Loose ball here. Picked up by Ben McDaniel for the Millers. And having some possession issues here by both teams, unable to pick up the loose ball. Finally, Zionsville's got it. That'll bring the stop whistle, stoppage of play for the officials to report the penalty. And it's going to be an offsides. That'll result in a 30-second penalty. We'll give the Millers a 30-second man-up, extra man offense situation here. And now we're back live action with Ty Miller from Noblesville, advancing the ball on the referee whistle as Noblesville looks to convert on this extra man offense. There's a shot topside and a score by Noblesville's number 23, Nate Swift. Nate's junior year of lacrosse, putting one on the board for the Millers, and that's tied up at one goal apiece with 4:11 remaining in tonight's first quarter of JV action. And we had a violation by Zionsville on the face-off, so Noblesville will pick up possession and start the ball here. Quick turnover results in Zionsville picking up the ball. That was number 19 for Zionsville. You know, they've got the ball in the Zionsville box, but there's some loose ball action, so we're going to see who controls it here. Looks like Noblesville long pole was able to pick that up. Ball still loose outside the crease. And once again picked up by Noblesville. That's Joey Wilhelm, number 20, who's looking upfield for some options. The ball is past the midline. Still contested, a loose ball situation outside the attack box. Finally picked up by Noblesville and taken away again by Zionsville's number 25. That's Paxton Schultz. Well, Paxton dumps the ball up topside into the Zionsville's offensive half of the field. And Zionsville's going to look for some options now to see if they can grab a go-ahead goal. Good pressure by the Millers there with a shot on goal, knocked away by Alden Ruth, the Noblesville goalie, wearing the number 15 jersey. Ball is still in Zionsville's possession, although picked up by Noblesville's Jack Snyder on a quick loose ball. Jack looks upfield, finds Gavin Brown, and it looks like Gavin's going to dodge inside and a quick shot. Not sure if that was Piper goalie, but that went out of bounds wide by Noblesville, but retained by them. Brought in bounds by Noblesville's number 23, Nate Swift. And the Millers once again go to work offensively. 2:04 remaining in tonight's first quarter. Shot by number 22 from Noblesville. Out of bounds on the in line. That'll be retained by Noblesville. Drew Deal from Noblesville was in good position at the X spot to retain that. Good ball movement and look around by Christian Harris as he dumps back off to Gavin Brown. And back to Drew Deal at X. Drew finds Ty Miller. Ty looking at his options here. Pretty good pressure by the long pole from Zionsville, putting some pressure on Gavin. Results in a loose ball here, but no possession yet. Ball's picked up by Ty Miller from Noblesville, and once again loose. Picked up now by Zionsville, and once again loose again. I'm going to make a call here that both these teams may be rusty from spring break because this ball's all over the ground, so we'll see if that improves as the game progresses. As Noblesville keeps possession, Christian Harris looking for some options here. Fires one in, and that is saved by the goalie. Again, that's Griffin Howell for Zionsville in the cage. And Zionsville advances the ball upfield. Oscar Mossberger, number 14, brought the ball into Zionsville's attack box. Once again, another loose ball. I think we're going to have a loose ball push there, which we do. And that'll keep the possession with Zionsville Eagles. Just 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter. There's a nice look from X to topside and a shot by Zionsville. Saved by Alden Ruth. And that'll bring up the expiration of tonight's first quarter junior varsity action here at Beaver Materials Field. We'll take this time to talk about some of the other great sponsors of Hamilton County Television. Gaylor Electric, the highest performing national contractor of excellence. Since 1984, Gaylor Electric's success continues to be built upon the cornerstone of reliable resources, reliable outcomes, and reliable insights, fueled by our genuine care for people. Gaylor Electric, along with Chuck Goodrich, the president and CEO, are proud sponsors of Hamilton County Sports. Church, Hiddle, and Antrim, attorneys at law. Since the establishment of Church, Hiddle, and Antrim in 1880, our neighbors, community leaders, businesses, and school districts have placed their trust in us to solve their most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history of helping our clients when they need it most. Give us a call at 317-773-2190 or simply visit their website, www.cchalaw.com. As well, Jamie Carmesino from Carpenter Realtors. If you're planning to make a move, why not call a realtor with hometown experience? Jamie Carmesino has connections and a commitment to the community. She's raised 3 Noblesville athletes and is ready to help you with your real estate needs. Looking for a realtor? Call Jamie Carmesino at 317-490-3735. And again, we are here at Noblesville Beaver Materials Field, where the Zionsville Eagles are here playing the Noblesville Millers. We've just completed tonight's first quarter junior varsity action with a score of 1-1. We're all tied up. Teams will switch their defensive ends of the field and come back on for the next face-off to get live action underway here. Well, folks, here we go. The referee's placed the ball for the second quarter starting face-off. The Eagles now attacking to the south goal, and the Millers will be looking to attack the north goal. This ball is away and controlled by Noblesville. Nice ground ball there by number 21, Ben McDaniel. As Noblesville's Jack Snyder looks to make something happen, moving the ball around behind the goal to the X position, looking for some options topside. Good defensive play by Zionsville there, causes a loose ball. And will result in a turnover. Zionsville will now have possession in the south end of the field. And a shot and a score by Zionsville. That's Cooper Smithson. Cooper Smithson, the sophomore attackman for Noblesville. That'll bring the score to Zionsville Eagles 2, the Noblesville Millers 1, and that's right at 1 minute into the second quarter. Face-off underway here. And this one's going to be controlled by Zionsville, winning possession of that face-off. And a little double team by Noblesville on the Zionsville sideline there, trying to stir up a loose ball and win possession. The ball is loose, but neither team has clear possession at this point in time. A lot of loose ball action tonight. Finally, an aerial ball is caught by Zionsville. That'll give them possession as they look to send a pass in towards the crease, but loose ball push there is going to restart play with Zionsville retaining possession just outside the attack box on the restart. And an illegal screen by the Eagles will result in a turnover. Noblesville will pick up that ball and begin a defensive clear, a deep restart. As Alden Ruth, the Noblesville goalie, is walking the ball up looking for some options. He's got an outlet pass. That's over to Nate Swift, who's advancing the ball pretty quickly upfield at this point. Quick substitution by Noblesville. Brings Mason Kramer, number 17, into the lineup. And some loose ball action. That was a turnover by Noblesville. It'll be Zionsville ball. Again, a deep restart for Zionsville. And Griffin Howell, the Zionsville goalie, had the ball, has passed it upfield. We have a loose ball in the Noblesville's defensive end. Tried to clear it, picked up again by Zionsville as they're looking to move it back up field. And another offsides here. That's an offensive offside, so no penalty, just a turnover for this situation. And ball goes back to the Millers. Little double team here on the ride by Zionsville. Nate Swift's able to make it through there, dump the ball across field over to Ty Miller. Jack Schneider for Noblesville, eye in the cage, fires a shot. Nice save by Zionsville. Gavin Brown dumps it back topside to Christian Harris, who fired a shot, saved by Zionsville and retained by Zionsville. And we've got a timeout. That's called by the Zionsville Eagles. Well, both teams will report to their sidelines and get some further instructions from their coaching staff here. Take this time to talk about another sponsor. Hamilton County TV is also supported by Visit Hamilton County. Hamilton County attractions, hotels, and restaurants are following the Hoosier Hospitality Promise health and safety guidelines. Check out everything there is to do and see on spring break at visithamiltoncountry.com/spring break. I think we've just surpassed spring break, so surely there's still some things for folks to do in Hamilton County. Schwartz's Bait and Tackle in Noblesville, owned by Steve and Lori Schwartz. Bait and Tackle sells live bait, name brand tackle. We seek out almost everything fishing. We are progressively becoming the #1 place for all of your fishing needs. We also have informed fishermen that will get you all you need to catch fish. We also have propane refills, U-Haul rentals, packing and moving materials, and motorhome rentals. Located in Noblesville at 118 Cicero Road, which is State Road 19. That's Schwartz's Bait and Tackle, 317-776-0129. Well, 5:43 is remaining in the second quarter of the junior varsity game this night. The Zionsville Eagles have a 1-goal lead at 2 goals versus the Noblesville Millers at 1. Timeout was just called by Zionsville as both teams have made their way back onto the field, and we're preparing to go back to live action here. This ball will start side right to Noblesville goalie Alden Ruth. As Zionsville runs their offense and looks for some scoring options here. There's a quick pass topside, but that was a ground ball by Noblesville's Nick Post, who's has advanced the ball upfield. On a nice look on a pass there over to Drew Deal, who was on the crease, but looks like that pass has gone wide, and that ball will go back to Zionsville for a deep restart. Big outlet pass here by Zionsville over to number 14. That's Oscar Moosbrugger. Oscar's brought the ball in, got loose there, picked up by Noblesville's goalie. And looks like we're coming back the other way here on a Noblesville clearing attempt. 4:35 remaining in second quarter action tonight. A nice look upfield to Nate Swift. Nate brings the ball into the Noblesville attack box. And an errant pass by the Millers will result in a turnover. Zionsville will take possession. That's a good ride by the Millers. Forced a turnover during Zionsville's clearing attempt, so the Millers are going to take over the ball with good position here on their offensive end of the field. And a shot there. Possession retained by Noblesville here. That's Drew Deal doing a great job as usual back at the X position. Drew looking for some options, dumps it off on a double team. Over to Gavin Brown. Loose ball right at the crease, in the crease. That is picked up by Zionsville goalie. With a nice outlet pass and a second pass on their clearing attempt. That's a great clear by Zionsville as they quickly advance that box. But an errant pass overhead will result in a turnover there. As Noblesville's Nick Post picks up the ball, takes the referee whistle to move the ball back. Another loose ball here. And that's going to be Zionsville ball. And that was a great shot unassisted by Zionsville.
Zionsville goal, number 16, Cooper.
That's Cooper Smithson for Zionsville. I believe his second of the evening. We have a score now of Zionsville Eagles 3 goals, Noblesville Millers 1, with just over 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Tonight's JV lacrosse action. Kind of an extended loose ball in this face-off here. Not controlled by either team quite yet. Yeah, that ball is rolled into the attack box. That'll release teams from their restraining line. It's finally secured and controlled by Zionsville. Quick shot by Zionsville has gone wide. They will retain possession. And that was a shot top side. Looks like by Zionsville's number 7. Was able to get that goal scored, brings our score to Zionsville 4, Noblesville 1, with 1.5 minutes remaining in the second quarter. And this face-off was controlled quickly by Noblesville's Nate Swift, who dumps the ball off over to Mason Kramer. And we have a timeout by the Noblesville Millers. Just about 1.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter tonight. A couple other things we'll tell you about Hamilton County TV sponsors. Free summer movie events at Hamilton County Fairgrounds in Noblesville. That'll run from May 21st on Fridays beginning May 21st through June 25th. Movies to be announced May 1st. For more info or to visit www.woffordtheater.com. That's WAFFORD, WoffordTheater.com. And we'd like to thank Yancey's Fine Apparel and Tuxedo Rentals. Yancey's Apparel, doing business in Noblesville for over 50 years. Now located inside of Logan Street Signs and Banners. Into the north side door, call Dan Yancey at 317-773-2973.
Pizza kindly has pizzas at the home concession stand under the home bleachers. Feel free to help yourself to this one.
Well, this time out, I'm sure the Noblesville Millers will be trying to make some adjustments here. I'm sure they'd like to get another goal on the board before both teams go to halftime here in just over 1.5 minutes. So let's see what kind of adjustments they make. They will have possession as play resumes. And we're back live action with a bit of a short time situation here, as Noblesville is looking for a quick convert. Had a shot there on goal by Gavin Brown. Ball's loose, but Noblesville retains that possession. Again, looking to get something done here. There's a shot by number 3, Jack Snyder. That ball is loose in the crease, picked up by the Zionsville goalie, and now they're advancing upfield rather quickly here. Outlet pass by Zionsville's goalie across field as he advances the ball over, and Zionsville's number 29 now is carrying the ball upfield. We have 46 seconds remaining in the second quarter tonight. No conversion during that short time following Noblesville's timeout quite yet. And a flag is down on the field. And I believe we're going to have an offside situation, but it looks like bit of controversy here on the offsides call as the officials are sorting through that. And a quick shot by Zionsville. Top of the cage, goes out of bounds. Clock stops at just over 12 seconds. And a timeout with just 5 seconds remaining. Well, we'll take this opportunity for a quick list rundown of Hamilton County TV's sponsors. That's Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Van Osdale and Farrer Incorporated, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Jamie Carmesino, Carpenter Realtor, Visit HamiltonCounty.com, Schwartz's Bait and Tackle, Hamilton County Reporter, Yancey's Tuxedo Rentals, Wofford Theater Outdoor Movies. And just a few seconds remaining here, and looks like Noblesville's going to run out the clock and go to their halftime and think about it. That's the end of first half junior varsity action here at Beaver Materials Field. The Zionsville Eagles a score of 1. Noblesville Millers with a score, Zionsville Eagles are 4. Noblesville has a score of 1. And during halftime, you'll have some information and some great sponsor information to listen to.
When medical care is needed, where will you turn? With Community's Connect to Care program, one call or click finds you the closest open appointment. Request a time yourself, or let us do it. From a primary care doctor or virtual visit, to a med check or community clinic at Walgreens. Just call or click. You can go right to our website or to me. Connect to Care from Community.
We received a lot of feedback from our members and families that, sorry, I get really choked up about this, that their youth were declining in their social settings, that they were struggling in school. And I think people don't realize how much youth need this.
So the Boys and Girls Club is dedicated to inspiring and enabling all young people to reach their full potential. And we focus on academic success, healthy lifestyles, and good character and citizenship. We've had to find new fun and engaging activities for the kids that limit touching. We've done a lot of tag with pool noodles, so they're not actually touching each other and they're keeping a distance. So our team's been very creative in coming up with those new ideas to keep the kids having fun while they're here.
Going to school, you're going home, you're going to school, you're going home. They're missing out on problem solving. They're missing out on social setting with peers that isn't in a school setting. It's huge. It has a lot of benefits that I think seeing that in March where we kind of missed out, it showed the impact that having a Boys and Girls Club or an outreach center has for youth.
It really has had an implication on our overall budget, and I think that's probably something across the board for any business that's still trying to be operational right now. You're adding cleaning protocols, you're adding additional staff to do those cleaning protocols. We're adding additional staff to get our ratios lower so that there's less contact tracing to be done if something were to arise.
So having the funds to be able to reconnect when that time comes is going to be huge, because we need to recruit them back in. It's very pivotal that they have this in after school hours for them to be successful.
We get amazing support from this community, and we are just extremely grateful for that and hope that we can continue to count on people as we go further down this road with the pandemic and not knowing kind of where that end point's going to be.
There's a lot of our youth that aren't able to use our services currently, and whenever we can get back to normal, we need to get our youth back into our buildings.
I think the kids need the outlet, and I think they need the connectivity, and I think that's two of the huge things that we can provide for them.
For the past several months, I've been my kids' everything.
Their teacher.
Library media specialist.
Food service.
Building maintenance.
Nurse.
PE teacher.
But I'm about to get a well-deserved timeout. With my kids back in school, I can do what I do best, be a mom. But it's up to me and you to keep our kids in school. And to do that, we're going to have to show some class. That means checking their temperature in the morning. Anything above 100 degrees means our children need to stay home. We need to lead by example by wearing our masks and modeling good social distancing to our kids. We need to make sure our kids avoid crowds and large gatherings outside of school. That includes slumber parties, playdates, and family reunions. We need to schedule a test for anyone in our family who may be exhibiting signs of COVID. For kids, those symptoms will include fever, fatigue, and a change in taste and smell. And let's be sure to keep our kids home if they're waiting for COVID test results or just feel crummy. So join me in having some class by supporting our educators and keeping our kids in school.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street Signs and Banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'd like to order a hamburger, fries, salt, maybe a large vanilla shake.
This is a trophy shop, can't you tell?
You got carry out?
Everything that you need we have here at the shop. Very unique. You order today, carry out tonight. That's our version of carry out.
All right, I'll take one of everything.
Well, that may take a little longer. We'll have it for you tomorrow night.
I'll be back tomorrow to pick it up.
We'll be waiting for you.
Well, good evening and welcome to tonight's broadcast of IHSLA. That's Indiana High School Lacrosse Association. Action on Hamilton County TV, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 29 years in the business. It's a nice sunny evening, 59 degrees here at Beaver Materials Field in Noblesville, Indiana, where the Noblesville Junior Varsity squad is hosting the Zionsville Eagles Junior Varsity. First half action has resulted in a Zionsville lead at 4 goals to Noblesville Millers 1. Both teams have likely made some adjustments and done some strategizing during their halftime as they continue to do some stretching and shoot-around exercises, preparing for live action for tonight's second half, beginning in just about 2.5 minutes or so. Both teams have had a bit of a break here, spring break in Indiana, so I think we saw in the first half a little bit of a rust by both teams. We had a fair share of loose ground ball situations, and I would imagine that both teams have made some adjustments in those respective areas as they've come out and take the field for tonight's second half action. The Noblesville Junior Varsity squad, coached by Connor Barnett. Zionsville, coached by James Rundle and his staff, including Billy Conway. Billy's been a force in Indiana lacrosse for a number of years and has had a couple of stints at a few very strong programs and brings a solid offensive discipline to the Zionsville Eagles. Coach Rundle, a great guy, giving back to the sport. He's done a great job. It's his third season with the Zionsville Eagles. A very nice young man who is also raising a young family, so I know he's a busy guy, but I can tell you he loves lacrosse. So we'll watch in the second half and see what kind of adjustments Noblesville has made. Again, I think both teams struggled just with passing and catching and ground ball a little bit, but I think some adjustments to that. I actually see two pretty evenly matched teams, so we'll see what Noblesville does offensively. Very good effort by Noblesville's defense, particularly the long poles. Saw some great play action there by those guys, resulting in some turnovers and some really good clearing plays. Zionsville as well. Zionsville just seems to have a little bit of horsepower on the offensive side. We saw Cooper Smithson from Zionsville dump in 2 of those 4 goals, so Cooper looks like a force to be reckoned with in this game tonight. And the Zionsville Eagles are making their way onto the field. Zionsville this evening wearing black jerseys with green letters and white helmets. And here come the Noblesville Millers in their home team white jerseys and black helmets. The referees have conducted an additional check of the goals, make sure netting is secure and no holes or issues with those. Clock has been set at 10 minutes. This will be stop clock action here. And we're underway here. This was a possession start to this quarter, as Noblesville had possession during a penalty situation at the end of the half. That will give them possession right out of the gate with no face-off taking place. A quick takeaway on a nice check there by Zionsville. That's a good trail check. That was number 22 for Zionsville, Jonah Weber. As Zionsville has gone to work offensively. Zionsville seems to be taking their time looking for options here, but now we've got a run across the box and a quick shot there from Zionsville. Out of bounds, retained by Zionsville. Back in play action there. We have some loose ball action in front of the crease. Noblesville picked up the ball, but I think before that we had a flag down situation. And that's going to be a push. And a waved off penalty. I think the official thought there might have been possession, but it turns out the ball was loose, so all teams are even strength as Zionsville goes back to work here. 8:43 remaining in the third quarter. Tonight's JV action. And a quick dodge to the inside by Zionsville, continuing to look for options here. Good pressure by the Millers, pushes them back outside. And a look inside, kind of a shot by Zionsville there, and they're going to win a ground ball to retain possession there. Another shot by Zionsville. Ball is loose in front of the crease, not controlled by either team quite yet. And then a ground ball by Noblesville's Nick Post, who launches the ball upfield on a big clearing play. Over to Christian Harris, but the ball just tipped out of bounds and now awarded back to Zionsville on a turnover. Loose ball again. With a ground ball by Noblesville's Christian Harris. Right in their attack box. He looks across for an option, but that was tipped away by a Zionsville long pole. And Noblesville will keep possession of that ball as Gavin Brown brings it back into play on the referee's whistle. Gavin looking for some options here, cutting across the crease, fires a shot out of bounds on the in line, retained by X-Man Drew Deal. Christian Harris launches the ball over towards Nate Swift, who's looking for options. A little bit of pressure on Nate. Back over to Christian Harris. Some solid pressure there. Another loose ball to the right side of the crease. Yeah, that's going to go away to Zionsville. Their goalie as he advances upfield looking for some options for an outlet here. Well, the goalie launched the ball across the midfield. Ball is loose outside of the attack box. I don't see either team in possession at this point in time. Well, again, a lot of loose ball action. The same thing we saw in the first half. Ball is finally picked up by Noblesville's Nate Swift, who is advancing the ball upfield. Some ride pressure from the Eagles as Nate brings the ball in. Switches to his left hand, fires a shot out of bounds on the inline. That'll be retained by Noblesville. Gavin Brown over to Mason Kramer. Back to Nate Swift here as the Millers look to set up some sort of offensive play here. They really need to get something done here, down 3 goals, and we're about halfway through the third quarter already. A quick dodge to the inside by Christian Harris, dumps it back to Drew Deal back at the X. Another loose ball. That's picked up by the goalie. That's Griffin Howe, the Zionsville goalie, doing a great job there, grabbing that ball and getting possession back for his team. Quick shot there by Zionsville on goal. That's a good save by Alden Ruth with a huge pass downfield to Christian Harris. Getting that ball into Noblesville's attack box. Christian's looking around, trying to see what he has quickly here. Gavin Brown with possession for the Millers. Some solid defensive pressure there from Zionsville. Ball moved over to Will Chadwell, number 9 for the Millers. Flag is down on the far side of the field, and a shot by Nate Swift is out of bounds. That'll bring up the whistle. Well, that's an offsides by the Zionsville Eagles with 4:32 remaining in the third quarter. That will give the Noblesville Millers a 30-second extra man offense, which I think they can desperately use, being down 3 goals. The Millers really need to get something done here. They have had some shots. Goalie's done a great job stopping some. Some have gone wide, so they really need to get one on the cage here and get back in this game. It's Ty Miller over to Nate Swift. Back to Ty, back to Nate. Back over to Jack Snyder. Good ball moving here. Great defense by the Zionsville Eagles here has possibly stopped a good play action there. And the Millers have thrown away the ball on an errant pass. So Zionsville will start with a deep end restart, 4:05 remaining. Oh, good pressure there by the Millers. It was good pressure, but I think we're going to have a push here, which we do, and that was a loose ball. So that'll keep Zionsville with possession and a fresh 20 seconds on their clearing clock. That's number 17, Parker Braverman for the Zionsville Eagles on that clearing play. Ball was loose in front of the crease, picked up by Noblesville goalie Alden Ruth. Quick outlet pass to the sidelines there, over to Christian Harris, but couldn't control it. That's out of bounds, and that'll go back to Zionsville. Starting with number 18 for the Eagles, Evan Rhodes. Defensive long pole, does a quick dodge, a V-cut, and he's over the midline and quickly into the Zionsville attack box. Yet another loose ball here, almost picked up by Noblesville's Nick Post, but a little slip on the turf, and looks like Zionsville's got that. And Zionsville has called a timeout, their first of the second half, with 3:12 remaining. Take this opportunity to talk about Noblesville Trophies, one of the great sponsors of Hamilton County Television. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products, including sports trophies and corporate awards. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day service for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at www.noblesvilletrophies.com. That's noblesvilletrophies.com. So the Noblesville Millers were not able to convert on that 30-second extra man offense. But Zionsville's taking a timeout here, looking to make some adjustments probably to their defense as well. I'm sure they want to prevent a score and try and maintain that lead that they've worked for and possibly advance that a little bit further at this point in the game. And the Millers, I'm sure, are running some strategies on plays as well, as Connor Barnett has talked up his team and sent them back onto the playing field. The referee's getting a quick count of each team's personnel, making sure numbers are correct. Ball is back into play. Zionsville Eagles with possession following their timeout. Cooper Smithson for Zionsville. Curling around the box and back to the X position, looking topside for some options. He'll dump that ball off over to Maxwell Svenberg. And then back again topside. As Zionsville looks to find some options here. Loose ball situation here. That looks to be controlled by the Noblesville Millers. That's Jacob Ralph who picked that ball up. Looks across the field. A nice outlet pass over to Joey Wilhelm who's clearing the ball. Joey's across the midline with a long pole in his hand. And a great look to the attackman on the move. However, pass picked off, and Zionsville's bringing that ball back down to their attacking end of the field. Another loose ball for Noblesville. This one picked up by Ben McDaniel for Noblesville with a quick clear across the midline, looking upfield. Top speed there over to Christian Harris. Christian Harris fires off a quick shot. It's deflected and goes out of bounds. Christian was there to follow his own shot and will retain possession. And a look by Noblesville topside. Goes a little wide, but retained by Gavin Brown, who picks up that ground ball. Gavin looking to cut inside a little bit, find an open man. Doesn't have anyone right now, continues to move the ball around. Sends it over to number 2, that's Ryan Dawn. Just a couple of substitutions for the Millers here. There's a shot by Nate Swift. A save by the Zionsville goalie. As Zionsville begins their clearing play with right at 1 minute remaining in the third quarter of tonight's JV action. And there's a picked off pass by Noblesville. Cameron Clapp grabbed that for Noblesville, the Millers, bringing the ball back downfield. That's advanced quickly over to Gavin Brown, who's looking for some options. Looks like they're going to slow it down a little bit. They might have had numbers there and just for a minute, but decided to pull that play out and run their offensive set here. As Jack Snyder from topside fires a shot in, pretty well placed at the goalie's feet. The goalie did a nice job saving that, and now has a quick outlet pass. Another loose ball here, though. Neither team has possession. It's in the Noblesville attack box, but not controlled by either team. Finally picked up by Christian Harris from Noblesville, who quickly advances towards the cage. And that's going to be a Zionsville ball. Just 1 second remaining, so this will be a quick whistle, and that's expiration of time. So the end of the third quarter tonight, score has not changed from the end of the first half. That's Zionsville Eagles with a score of 4, Noblesville Millers 1. A little more about Hamilton County TV. You can find Hamilton County TV on Twitter at hctelevision.com. HC Television is their Twitter handle. You can find them on Facebook at Hamilton County TV, as well as HamiltonCountyTV.com, bringing you lots of great sports action, high school sports in a variety of areas around the county. Basketball, football, softball, lacrosse, you name it. Go to HCTV, and they're doing their best to cover those games and stream them out to you. Quick rundown again of all the great sponsors for Hamilton County Television: Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, Gaylor Electric, Van Osdale and Farrer, Church, Hiddle and Antrim, Jamie Carmesino with Carpenter Realty, visit HamiltonCounty.com, Schwartz's Bait and Tackle, Hamilton County Reporter, Yancey's Tuxedo Rentals, Wofford Theater Outdoor Movies. You're watching HCTV Sports, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, where we are set to begin fourth quarter junior varsity action here at Beaver Materials Field with a 10-minute stop clock. Where the theme of tonight's game has been loose balls. Both teams have had their share of errant passes and difficulty controlling the ball. Loose ball action has been very prevalent tonight. Both teams are full strength starting the fourth quarter. No one's in the penalty box, so we will have a face-off to begin the fourth quarter tonight. for Noblesville is Ty Miller at the face-off X. And we are underway. That ball was picked up very quickly by Zionsville's Jonah Weber. And a quick curl around the crease by Zionsville. No shot. No scoring opportunity yet. Here's a shot by Zionsville's number 19. And a goal scored there.
Zionsville goal, number 19, Brady Chapman.
Brady Chapman for Zionsville on that score takes the scoreboard to Zionsville 5, Noblesville 1. That was quick, just 30 seconds into the fourth quarter. And that's a face-off win for Noblesville. Gavin Brown with a quick shot on goal. Saved by the Zionsville goalie. It's about right at his knees. Did a good job of being able to come together and close off that shot. A loose ball action here. Finally picked up by Zionsville. Still loose again. Neither team has possession. Right at the midline, right at the 50-yard line here. Finally picked up by the Zionsville Eagles. It looks like some personnel changes again for Zionsville. That number 10 is Max Gee. And we have a flag down situation here. There'll be a penalty coming up. It's going to be a 30-second penalty on Ben McDaniel from Noblesville. This puts the Zionsville Eagles in a 30-second extra man offense scoring opportunity with 8:37 remaining in the quarter, 8:37 remaining in the game. There's a shot by Zionsville over the top of the cage. And another timeout taken.
Timeout, Zionsville.
We'll take this opportunity to tell you about Gaylor Electric, Hamilton County TV sponsor. Gaylor Electric, the highest performing national contractor of excellence. Since 1984, Gaylor Electric's success continues to be built upon the cornerstone of reliable resources, reliable outcomes, and reliable insights, fueled by our genuine care for people. Gaylor Electric, along with Chuck Goodrich, their president and CEO, are proud sponsors of Hamilton County sports. Church, Hiddle, and Antrim, attorneys at law. Since the establishment of Church, Hiddle, and Antrim in 1880, our neighbors, community leaders, businesses, and school districts have placed their trust in us to solve their most challenging legal issues. We have a rich history of helping our clients when they need it most. Give us a call at 317-773-2190 or visit the website at cchalaw.com. That's Church, Hiddle, and Antrim, attorneys at law. Well, that's going to conclude the timeout taken on the field by the Zionsville Eagles as both teams return their personnel back to the field, preparing to go back for live action. with 8:17 remaining on the clock in tonight's game. And this ball has started side right to the goalie as Zionsville is working this ball around, looking for an opportunity. They still are in a man-up situation, but we have a ground ball pickup by Noblesville. A great ground ball there by Joey Wilhelm, who's advanced the ball up to Jack Snyder, looking for some quick scoring options. Jack's double teamed there, and that ball is loose again, but Jack's able to pick that ground ball up. And toss it over to Nate Swift, who's looking for some options here. Nate dodges across his defender, finds an open guy. That's Ryan Dawn for the Millers. Back to Nate Swift topside. Switching to his left hand, then back to his right. A shot fired from his right hand. Bounced off the goalie and picked up by a Zionsville long paw on an aerial bounce there. As Zionsville is across the midline and advancing the ball quickly, very quickly into their attack box. Another loose ball situation here. That's going to be controlled by the Eagles. With personnel substitutions here for Zionsville as they settle in their offense here and look to get to work and be productive in this offensive set here. There's a shot fired by Zionsville. That's going to be out of bounds and retained by Zionsville. And some more loose ball action there right in front of the crease. I think we had a push situation there. That'll keep the ball in the Eagles' offensive end of the field. Some great defensive play at the X position by Noblesville's Nick Post, who forces the turnover. Picked up by Alden Ruth, the Noblesville goalie, now looking for his outlet options. He's got Jack Snyder on a bounce pass. Jack's across the midline. And quickly into the attack box. Shot fired from the left-hand shoulder. Score by Jack Snyder for Noblesville. That's a great job by Jack. The entire play from the outlet pass all the way into the attack box, switching to his left hand for that shoulder-fired shot there. Gives the Millers another goal. 5 minutes, 51 seconds remaining in the game. Noblesville Millers now with a score of 2, Zionsville Eagle 5, as we go back to our next faceoff. This one picked up by Zionsville quickly after the face-off loose ball. And a flag down situation. That's going to be an offsides against Noblesville. So the Eagles will run this one out till we have a slow whistle ending this play, which we may have just about now. That ball's gone out of bounds. That'll have a stoppage of play, and that 30-second penalty being reported. Back live with 5:20 remaining as the Zionsville Eagles have a 30-second man-up offensive situation here as they move the ball around. Mostly topside at this point. And across the box, but looks like that's going to go out of bounds. A pass thrown away by Zionsville will give possession to the Noblesville Millers. As Joey Wilhelm picks up that ball, we'll bring that back in on the referee whistle. Quickly across to Alden Ruth in the goal. Yeah, a pass into a whole lot of players there. Results in a loose ball, and that's going to roll out of bounds and give possession back to Zionsville right at the midline. Really good pressure there by Jack Snyder. Forced that turnover, the ball rolled out of bounds, and that'll give the Millers possession. And a big downfield pass, actually crossfield pass by the Millers, goes all the way to their team bench side of the field and out of bounds. And that'll be a turnover. Yeah, quick shot by Zionsville. Nice save by Alden Ruth. Probably a dangerous clearing pass, which it was. That's picked off by Zionsville, bringing it back. And another errant pass by the Eagles. Gives possession back to Noblesville. We're down to 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining in the game this evening, as Nate Swift will take this ball on the whistle and quickly look upfield for an opportunity to advance. That's Ryan Don for the Millers with the ball. Millers are not into their attack box yet, so they're trying to get that touch, which they now have. That's Christian Harris for the Noblesville Millers, and dumping it back off to Nate Swift topside. As the Millers look to go to work with just over 3 minutes remaining, they're going to need some action here to try to have a shot at this game tonight. Gavin Brown dodging to the inside. It's a shot. And we have flag down situation here and a quick whistle. It'd be a cross check. That is a personal foul penalty. That will give the Noblesville Millers a full 1 minute for a scoring opportunity. And they will take a timeout and explore their options to convert on this extra man offense situation here. Well, if you're planning to make a move, why not call a realtor with Noblesville hometown experience? Jamie Carmesino has connections and a commitment to the community. She's raised 3 Noblesville athletes and is ready to help you with your real estate needs. Looking for a realtor? Call Carmo. Call Jamie Carmesino at 317-490-3735. And don't forget, free summer movie events at Hamilton County Fairgrounds in Noblesville on Fridays starting May 21st through June 25th. Movies will be announced on May 1st. For more info or to sponsor one of these events, visit Wofford Theater, www.woffordtheater.com. That's WAFFORD theater.com, Wofford Theater. Well, we're down to the wire here with 2 minutes, 49 seconds remaining in the game for the junior varsity action tonight at Beaver Materials Field. The Noblesville Millers hosting Zionsville Eagles Lacrosse. Zionsville Eagles with a score of 5, Noblesville Millers 2. The Millers will begin play action here with a 1 minute extra man offense situation. They've just had a timeout to likely talk about their strategy for producing a score during this opportunity. This ball will start side right to the goalie with number 21 for Noblesville, Ben McDaniel. Ben finds Nate Swift, and then over to Ty Miller. Back to Drew Deal at the X position. Solid pressure on Drew from a Zionsville long pole, playing some man defense back that way. Ball's back topside now to Nate Swift, who fires a shot and a score. That's a good conversion, a great conversion of a man-up opportunity. Good patience by the Millers there, not trying to force anything, but working that ball around so they really had a good shot opportunity, which they did, and Nate Swift did a great job of putting that one in the cage. It was right at the goalie's feet. He's done a good job stopping those shots tonight, but this one had some pepper on it and was able to get in, so congrats to Nate for that score. Brings the Millers to 3 goals now versus Zionsville Eagles 5, with 2:26 remaining in tonight's game. Well, this faceoff is yet to be controlled. Ball is still loose. Finally picked up by the Zionsville Eagles. And a quick shot and shoulder-fired score there. That's number 16. That's Cooper Smithson. That's his hat trick for the evening. That's his 3rd goal. That shot came directly from his right shoulder. There's a top right hit in the net there. That was a great shot. Alden Ruth took a shot at a save there, but I think that one just got past him too quick. That'll move the Zionsville Eagles up to a 3-point lead. Zionsville 6, Noblesville 3 now. 2:05 remaining. And this ball is still loose, finally again picked up by the Eagles. They have a procedure situation there. That was probably a touch in the box and then step back out of the box. We're under 2 minutes remaining. The team in the lead has to keep the ball in the attack box if the score is 4 or less goals, which it is. As Noblesville moves the ball quickly in to their offensive end of the field, looking for a scoring opportunity here. They're going to have to produce something pretty quick. Looked like a shot there by Gavin Brown. Ball goes loose, back to Noblesville. Gavin's got that ball on an errant pass. He's going to fire it in and score. Great awareness by Gavin Brown. That ball was loose, and he was one-on-one with the goalie in that situation just about every time. That goes in the favor of the shooter. Generally, you'll see a fake, a high and a low, and that's a tough thing for a goalie to be in that one-on-one situation. But kudos to Gavin for that on-field awareness and lacrosse IQ, being able to convert that into a score for the Millers. With 1 minute 17 seconds remaining, that brings us to a 2-point differential with Zionsville 6, Noblesville 4. And this faceoff again controlled by Zionsville with right at a minute. A flag down situation. Time running rather quickly here. We'll stop the clock at 37 seconds for this penalty, which will be against the Noblesville Millers here. As the Zionsville Eagles have moved the ball into their attack box where they're now locked in for the remainder of their possession here. 25 seconds now remaining in the game. The Eagles with a 2-point lead. They're looking to
run this ball around and just get that clock managed and run that out for the win tonight. Good pressure by Noblesville on the ball. As the clock winds down, that's going to be it for tonight. Great job by both teams. Zionsville Eagles with the win, a score of Zionsville 6, Noblesville Millers 2. This concludes tonight's junior varsity action here at Beaver Materials Field. You're watching tonight's broadcast of IHSLA Lacrosse on Hamilton County TV, presented by Logan Street Signs and Banners, celebrating over 29 years in the business. Stay tuned for the varsity game, also on HCTV, beginning at 8 p.m.